Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So, we're currently doing a couple of things. Tim's printing something on this, I'm not entirely sure what. Over here, we're printing coasters. We're doing 2 at a time, making 2 sets at a time. They're sets of 4 or 6 or something. I don't know exactly, but we've got Yoshi egg, and we've got the mushroom. Just gonna take these. I didn't want her playing with them, but she wouldn't chill. And the backs of them are just white. Well, I decided to take it a step further, and these are our second ones that we have. The second set. I put corkboard on the back so they're not as slippery. I haven't done the other 2 yet though, but I'm just gonna put these in Tim's drawer for now so that she's not playing with them. But here in a few minutes, I'm gonna end up having to change the color to red. The printer will pause. I'll change the color. I'll resume it. It'll do the red. It'll pause. I'll change the color, resume it, and I'll have to switch it to black. So I just have to keep an eye on that, make sure, because if after half an hour I will have to change the filament, and if I don't do it within the half hour, then the print's lost. He loses connection with the printer and a whole ordeal goes down about it. So I just have to make sure I get it done within half an hour of it pausing both times. So Tim was in here doing a lot of work the last couple of days. It's gonna get real bright because of this light here, but I guess it's not real bright, but the tub's a little dirty from him being inside of it and getting down and everything. But he got the surround up. The surround is completely up. So you guys know it used to just have this cement board all the way down, but now we've got the tub surround up. We've got our storage in that section, and we have it here too, which is better. And then he got the overflow drain cover put on. Everything's on except for the shower head. He's waiting for me. I told him he could do it before, but he said he would just wait for me to put the shower caddy back up and get all of the soaps and stuff organized before he puts the shower head on. We still need to do the tile up there, but that's not like a dire emergency type thing. That's just we've got other things that we're working on, and the tile is going to be the last of our concern. We're going to fix this wall eventually. I think Tim's just going to put some insulation in here for right now. I don't know if we have the drywall to do it right at this particular time, but there's other projects on in the house that he wants to get started on. The floorboards in from pretty much I think right outside the store to the rest of the house are gonna end up getting replaced. He wants to completely rip them out and replace them, because they were replaced in Ella's room and the bathroom, I believe. But I think it might actually be from the kitchen out to the sunroom area. Our room, not the sunroom, because the sunroom has new floors, but leading out to the sunroom. I think all of that needs new floors. So that's gonna be another thing that we will end up doing. I don't think we're gonna do that anytime soon though. That's gonna be a little too high. I'll just have to hold you guys. But yeah, it's gonna be a little too soon or too late in the year to do that, because it's getting cold, and he doesn't want to be ripping up the floorboards when there's snow outside, because obviously that's gonna make it really cold in the house. But anyways, so I'm just kind of getting the bathroom organized right now. I have to do a little bit out in the kitchen. Actually, there's a lot of bit that I gotta get done out in the kitchen. But yeah, that'll come with the rest of the day. I'm gonna try to stay close to the printer right now, so that if it, you know, pauses, I can rush in there and change the color real quick. But just trying to get some stuff organized so that everything, because right now all of our shower stuff is just right here on the counter. It's just a cluster mess. I can barely use my vanity because there's so much crap right here. So I'm just trying to get it kind of organized and put away so that you know, I can have my vanity back. In the middle of doing all of Tim's stuff for him and for my Etsy, and waiting for the mail to go because I have a package coming, and there's a lot of stuff I've got to get done today. Just the motivation just is not quite there today. I'm feeling quite sluggish, honestly. But I don't know, the last couple of nights I don't think I've been sleeping very well. I wake up, I'm still extremely tired. Just can't sleep. My allergies are playing a big part in that. My allergies are so messed up right now. It's horrible and not fun to deal with. Okay. But yeah, so it kind of sucks. What is that? There's like sawdust in Ella's hair washing cup. I don't know how sawdust got in there. He hasn't cut anything in the bathroom for, oh gosh, I think since we got the floor done was the last time he actually cut anything in here. And I've definitely used this since then. Oh man. But yeah, right now, sorry about the boob shot. Right now I'm just kind of, like I said, trying to get the house kind of organized because it's kind of just all over the place right now and it's driving me absolutely nuts. I want my house back, but that unfortunately is the issue when doing renovations, is your house is just in a constant state of disarray because, well, at least mine is anyways, because my husband never puts any of his tools back because he doesn't know if he's going to use them again, which is understandable, but still, like, at the same time, like, pick up your tools. I got my pantry all organized and moved those shelves to the kitchen while we figure out what we're doing with them, like the extra shelves that we used to use for our pantry, and right now he has those covered in tools and just miscellaneous stuff that he won't put back, so I have to take care of it, which, you know, at the end of the day ultimately sucks, but nothing I can do, you know, unfortunately. But eventually we'll get it and get everything all organized and situated and stuff, but it's just waiting for that, like. And then Ella has so many different bath like soaps because I never know what to use on her. It's always one thing or another with trying to figure out what to get her, like, as far as, like, body wash and stuff goes, but I did pick her up this the other day. It's Textured Hair Care Hydrating Shampoo, and they also had a conditioner. This is Curl Nourishment, and then I also got this. It's a Textured Hair Care Caring Detangler Cream. It's Baby Dove brand, so when I think of textured hair, it makes me think of, not like trying to be racist or anything, but it makes me think of colored people's hair. You know, their hair is very difficult to work with. And, you know, it's harder to work with. You can't really just brush it. You have to take care of it and do all kinds of different products in it, or else it will frizz, and that type of thing. And that's what makes me think of textured hair care. But Ella has super curly, thick curls. And I thought maybe this might help with not getting tangled, because her curls do get tangled pretty bad. Just from sleeping at night, she gets hecka mats. I could brush her hair at night before she goes to bed, and then in the morning when she wakes up, and I have to take my detangler brush to it because it's a mess. I don't know if she's just how she sleeps or what, but we're gonna give these a try. This is to apply generously onto baby's damp hair, work through and detangle with fingers and wide tooth comb. Do not rinse out. Then the shampoo, you know, it's just basic shampoo to use, lather into baby's wet hair and rinse, you know, that type of thing. Like I said, they have a conditioner, but with as hard as it is to wash Ella's hair on a normal day, I could not imagine having to do shampoo and conditioner right now. That ultimately may be what she needs, but just with the way she is right now, it's just gonna have to wait, because I am not even going to attempt to condition her hair right now because of how bad she is with washing her hair. She doesn't like when water gets in her ears. She doesn't like when water gets in her face. She doesn't even like when water's on the top of her head to rinse out soap. So it's been a struggle. I'm still trying to figure it out, being her mother, you know, trying to get that all figured out before bath time becomes just absolute hell. But yeah, I'm gonna get this stuff put away, and then I will catch up with you guys in a little bit. I'm gonna wait for that printer to finish with the color, or like with the white for right now, and see how it goes from there. I'm hoping that I can get some more stuff done in between while the red is going, but we'll see. The reason why I was talking about how we are going to be replacing the floorboards is because the floorboards are, you know, they're okay, but they're in rough condition, you know. And so we put this like underlayment stuff down on the floor here. Well, it's all like busted to hell right here. We don't know why. It's just, it's really rough. I get splinters, Tim gets splinters, Ella's even gotten a couple of splinters from right there. I stepped down to grab my memory card out of the computer here, and I screamed. Got a splinter. It was sticking out like this much, I think. It was in my foot, like this much. That thing went in there and it just stopped bleeding like 5 minutes ago, not even. Anyways, so excuse that, how I just like wiped my teeth with my tissue. The reason why is, okay, so you guys know I have chronic sinus issues. I'm constantly going in for surgery. I've had surgery like 6 times in the last 5 years to get my sinuses fixed. It doesn't help. It helps temporarily, but it comes right back and goes right back to how it was. I get a lot of mucus, like just on a day-to-day. It's constantly like, this is kind of gross, skip forward if you want, but my day-to-day life involves constantly blowing my nose and it being green and yellow. That is a sign of infection. antibiotics won't help it. Antibiotics do not do anything for it. It's not even like an infection. It's just because of these polyps. There's nothing I can do about it except, I think I've talked about it before, is go into the hospital for 2 months. I think it was what it was. Go into the hospital for 2 months and get aspirin every day. It's called a process called aspirin desensitization. The reason why I have to go into the hospital for 2 months is because if I were to have an asthma attack, I'm there already to get the assistance that I need to save my life. Because asthma attacks for me, they might not be the same way for everybody, but when I have an asthma attack, it's generally like life or death type situations. Half the time I cannot, 95% of the time I have to go to the ER via ambulance, or if Tim were to like speed to get me up there, because half the time I can't breathe, I can't handle it at home, I can't take care of it at home like most people could. It gets so bad. Luckily my medications have been helping. And I haven't had an actual asthma attack in quite a few years, but it could get that bad. And if I take aspirin as a pain pill, that's what happens. I go into a straight asthma attack not even 2 seconds later half the time. So they would want me in the hospital for 2 months while I take aspirin every day for 2 months at the same time every single day. When I take the aspirin, they'll monitor me, make sure I'm doing okay, that my heart rate's not elevating, I'm not going to go into an asthma attack. If I would, they're there, they can help, they can get the steroids into my system, and we can start over the next day. After I complete the process of the 2 months, it could be longer, it could be just 2 months, but it could be up to, even 6 months or so, depending on if we have to keep starting over. After I get discharged from the hospital, I have to take an aspirin at the same time every day on the hour. So if I take it at 6 p.m. in the hospital at night, obviously p.m., then I would have to take it every day for the rest of my life at 6 p.m. If I'm 2 minutes late, I have to go back into the hospital and restart the process over again. I can't afford that. I have such a busy schedule half the time. I'm constantly like cleaning or out or doing this or doing that. I don't have the ability to sit there and take an aspirin every day at the same time every single day for the rest of my life, and I just, no. Anyways, so I get a lot of mucus. It goes down my throat, it comes in my mouth, I get mucus everywhere. I brush my teeth. Right now I'm brushing my teeth like 6 times, no, about 4 times a day. 6 times is a little overkill. Some days it's like that, but I brush it at least like 3 to 4 times a day, and there's still a lot of mucus that gets into my teeth, primarily right here. I can't do anything about it. I blow my nose as much as I can. There's nothing I can do. Anyways, the reason why I was grabbing my memory card is this is one of the shelves that we had in our pantry, and I figured this would be good for behind the kitchen sink, so you guys can see our kitchen sink is here. I figured this stand would be good here because it gets Tim's orange goop, which is his waterless hand cleaner. It gets like grease and all kinds of stuff. It takes the spray paint off of my hands. This stuff is wonderful. But I can put it right there at the sink, so I don't have to, every time he comes in from working outside, it was on the table, so I'd have to pick it up, take it over to the sink, give him some, take it back. It was obnoxious, and I wanted it off of my kitchen table, so I put it here on this shelf. I figured I could put some of his tools and stuff like that, get this kind of corner organized a little bit, because it's a little chaotic. I put his shop back there, and then I was going to put these bags down there, because they're just ones that came with his tools. They came in like a set, the tool, the battery, and the bag. It was a better deal than to just buy the tool separately, so I was putting this stuff away. Here, a few weeks ago, he was looking for his hacksaw blades. He could not find them, so I ended up going to Home Depot and buying him a pack. This pack was a better pack than this pack he had before, but it came with this case, and it came with, I believe, 20 different blades is what it came with. And it was a good deal. It was the same price as the other pack, which only came with like 10. But he could not find his other pack anywhere. We looked everywhere. I looked for probably 4 days for these blades. And he used them right before Ella's party. He was cutting some dead tree branches down. Or, excess ones that were just hanging over a little too far or whatever. He's like, well, what if your dad stole them? Because my dad has stolen from us before. I'm not going to get into it. It wasn't anything big. It was something super small, something really, really cheap that he could have bought himself, but he decided to steal it from us in our own home. Anyways, that's a story for another time. If you guys are interested, just let me know. It's going to take like 5 minutes to explain. But anyways, he's like, well, your dad might have stolen them, you know. He kind of jokes about it a lot. But, you know, at the same time, it was possible. I'm like, I doubt it. My dad wasn't even in the house the day of her birthday party. He's like, well, he came in to wrap her presents, didn't he? I'm like, no, he gave me the presents, then the wrap, and told me to come in, and I wrapped them, and he went out there and spent some time with her and the rest of my family and stuff that were here. So we looked for these blades for like 4 days. I couldn't find them. We looked here on like his tool chart or tool wire thing. We checked on the table. We checked over there. We checked like all over the entire house. The house is cluttered. It's a mess. I just figured maybe he misplaced them. Well, this is the bag that came with the hacksaw, and what do you know? I opened it up to see what was inside of it, and I found his blades. I'm like, hey, guess what I just found? He's like, $1 million. I'm like, haha, funny, I found your freaking hacksaw blades. So I spent 15 bucks on this, and I think this was like 16 or 17, which is the old pack. But you guys can see there's substantially more blades in here than there is in this one. This was all the same price. Actually, this one was more and it had less. But yeah, I was just like, are you serious? Like, come on. You blame my dad that, you know, he could have stolen it, which, like I said, it's possible. He could have. But it was right inside his bag. He's like, oh, I forgot it came with the bag. So, anyways, I'm going to get back to organizing and kind of cleaning and everything. I'm working on this right now. Like I said, I'm trying to get this kind of all picked up and organized. I've got some laundry folded. I've got to get it put away. I took all of the boxes that were out there. I put them out on the back porch so Tim can burn them later tonight. That is going to donation. It's a bunch of stuffed animals that she doesn't play with anymore. That's going to the storage unit. That is a bunch of her 2T clothes, summer clothes. That Minnie Mouse cart there is going to probably donation because she's got the baby shark one back there. Let's see. This is what I'm trying to also get rid of. It's his tool thing. I might just put them on that shelf there. The counters are pretty much organized. There's still a few other little bits and pieces that I need to clean up. This I need to take care of the rest of the way. I just need to, you know, it's like a slow process. But this is now the pantry. So I put these in this one bin that I got from Target. Got that all done. My ultimate goal is to get rid of this because this shelf here is just terrible. But I just want to ultimately get rid of the height off of that to maybe make it a little bit more sturdy until we get this pantry section built. But yeah, so and then in here we've got the lunch makers in this container, which we could put one more in. This has the cucumbers in it. It had all of the blackberries and raspberries that I ended up cutting for Tim for his Greek yogurt. Cut up cucumbers, cut up cherry tomatoes, and then, like I said, you've got the rest of the cucumbers in this bin here. And this is in the vegetable crisper, so it should keep them a little bit fresher, a little bit longer. But then we've got, you know, we're getting there. Things are getting there. Tim's like, well, you've been so focused on the pantry the last couple of days. I'm like, yeah, because, you know, what better place to start? I'm starting at the front of the house. I'm starting in the pantry. Then I'm going out into the kitchen. And then I'll go into the living room. And then I'll go into the bathroom. And then go into the bedroom. And then go into the sunroom. Like, I'm just slowly trying to get things organized and figured out. And it's a slow process. Especially with having Ella and trying to take care of Tim and doing everything myself. It's been hard, but ultimately the next step I think that we're going to be working on is, I think Tim wants to get the flooring done out there. So it's going to be the same flooring that we have here in the kitchen. It's just going to extend into the pantry here. Get rid of all of this nasty looking stuff. This is not dirt. This is paint that's worn off from us walking. You guys can see we walked to the fridge. And then it doesn't actually go over that much, like that far as much. Because this is primarily, if we come in, you know, we're walking to the fridge. But we're going to get this extended out and all organized and figured out that way. We have the flooring, he just needs to get cracking on it, but the pantry is going to be hard because we're going to have to take everything out of the pantry. The washer, the dryer. He's talking about getting rid of this hot water heater and getting an electric one, I think. Like an on-demand heater, so it doesn't actually have a tank full of water. I think he wants to get one of the on-demand, I think is what they're called. It's just like a little box that you can mount onto the wall to make it look neater over there and give us more room. And then he's talking about having to take this shelf back out, my new pantry shelf. He's talking about having to take it out to do the floor. I'm like, that we should have just done that first. Started on the floor, got the floor all finished, and then done, like, did the shelf. Because now I'm going to have to deorganize it, take everything off. Anyways, so I'm just going to try and get some more stuff cleaned up before he gets home. I'm making pork chops for dinner tonight. They're probably just going to be the Parmesan crusted pork chops. You dip it in Parmesan cheese, egg, breadcrumbs, fry. And that's all you do. Sometimes if I'm feeling extra spicy, maybe I will take it, dip it in the Parmesan, egg, breadcrumbs. Just to give it that little bit of a Parmesan, more of a Parmesan flavor. But I need to get cracking, get organizing. I've said it once and I'll say it again. I hate house renovations. It just makes my entire house like cluttered and organized or disorganized. And I mean, it wasn't organized to begin with, but it's even worse now and it's stressing me out. And it's been ongoing since before Ella's birthday last year. Is when we really started. We got all the walls redone and everything like that. So it's just been, it's been stressful, to say the least. Constantly have things happening and going, and he does it all pretty much himself. With the exception of sometimes he'll have his friend come over, but these like the walls out here he did by himself. The bathroom he's pretty much done himself. He had his friend come over one night and help him a little bit, but he's mostly done it himself. The bathroom floor he did all by himself. This kitchen floor he did all by himself. Well, you know, I help the best that I can, but he primarily does things himself. He built the pantry mainly by himself. He built the shelf by the washer and dryer mainly by himself. Like I said, I do help out a little bit, but there's only so much that I can do without messing things up worse. So I'm gonna get to cleaning some more, and I will probably just end this here because after I clean up some more, I'm gonna have to get Ella out here, get her to sit down and eat. I'm gonna sit down and eat. I'm gonna get her a bath, get her into bed, get ready for Tim to get home, cook him dinner, and it's a never-ending vicious cycle of wake up, clean, Tim leaves, take care of Ella, edit, clean, get Ella to eat, I eat, clean up dishes, clean up more, bath, bed, cook Tim dinner, eat dinner with Tim, stay up and watch TV, work on my diamond painting, he'll work on his printers. It's a never-ending cycle because then we go to sleep, wake up, and do it all over again because the cleaning is never done, and that's what I absolutely hate. I hate having to clean every day. I cannot just take a day off because if I take a day off, then the house is even more destroyed and I get even more stressed. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and end this vlog here. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys all tomorrow. Bye. Okay, so real quick, you guys remember the pen fiasco that I had? Where in exchange for 5 pens, I would send her 22 pens. You know, it sounds like a raw deal, you know, a bad deal, but They were like personalized pens. The pig was so god-awful. I took the cartridge out of it and just threw the pen away because it was so bad. So I ended up shipping these back to her, and the post office returned them to me a couple of days ago, and I told them, or I messaged her, I was like, hey, I tried to ship these back, and she said that she did not accept the package, that I might as well just keep them, they're personalized to me, and if, you know, otherwise they're ruined. So, in other words, her way of saying it is she'd rather me have them and get nothing in return than for her to throw them away. You know, whatever, I sent them back, but she wouldn't accept it. So, this is what they were. You know, Tim had a Milwaukee one. His isn't too bad, except there's a couple of bumps on it, and it's not bright red like the Milwaukee color. Like, it's more orange than it is red, which was a letdown and reason why I didn't like this one. This one, I did not want the rawhide cow. I just wanted like a black spotted white pen, not the cowhide where it looks like actual fur. That's the reason why I didn't like that one. This one here has a fruit fly on it. Again, I don't know if I can get it to focus on it or not. You guys can see the fruit fly right there. It's like that big old bump there. I asked my sister-in-law. She said she would still use it even with the fruit fly on it. So that's going to end up going to my sister-in-law. Then I got this Minnie Mouse one. It's full of bumps and bubbles and dips and craters. It's terrible. I like the design, but the execution was just terrible. And like I said, the pig one, I threw it away. I kept the cartridge out of it and threw it away because it was just god-awful. So I asked another person if she would be willing to do, you know, pens in exchange for the 22 that, you know, in exchange for the 22 that I was supposed to send the other chick, but she told me not to worry about it. And she ended up sending those pens back. So she asked what I wanted. I got a Minnie Mouse, A Nightmare Before Christmas. I got one with Ella Ray Boutique on it, and I got another cow print. I didn't get the Milwaukee one like I wanted, and I didn't get a pig one because I got the cow one instead. I wish I could have gotten another better Milwaukee one, but she told me that she would have to charge me for the Milwaukee one separately, just because she would have to pay for the file and everything like that, and so it would be, you know, more expensive because these files she already had. So I got a Minnie Mouse one, which this one is, I like the style of this one better, like the design of this one better, but this one works too. It's not too bad. It's got her glove, you know, the actual Minnie Mouse. The only thing with these is they're harder to see, you know, just like looking at it. You can tell what it is, but it's a little harder to see because it is not a big surface. I got another Nightmare Before Christmas one. He's holding a little candy cane there. Pretty cute. Nightmare Before Christmas. This is the one I got for Ella Ray Boutique. I wish it was a darker purple instead of this light color. And the only thing is, these are all pretty much wraps. As to where this one took colored epoxy, the vinyl, and then more epoxy. So it's a little bit thicker, but that's nothing that I won't, you know, that I am concerned with. It says Ella Ray Boutique on it. It's just a purple, and it does have like a metallic-y sparkle to it. If it's picking up on camera. Let me try over here. Where I can like just focus on the pen. You guys can see that like metallic sparkle to it. Got that one, and then I also got this one here, which is the cow, which is exactly what I wanted before. Just the traditional cow spots, and she did add some glitter to this one as well. So these ones are just overall better, more done, more professional. If you guys can see, the wraps go all the way up around the pen, so there's not like a section of black. as opposed to these ones, you can see that there is a lip of the black at the top of all of them and down here at the base. There's some black as well, as to where these are full coverage. They're so much better. I only got 4 as opposed to 5, but that's totally alright with me because these ones are just executed so much better. So I am extremely happy with these. I'm going to give this one to my sister-in-law. The Nightmare Before Christmas one, I'm going to give that to her and the other one and see which one she likes better. I think she's going to like this design better, but she's going to overall like this better. But yeah, I'm super excited to see how my sister-in-law likes them. Tim said if he needs to use a pen, he will use this one. It's not going to be his like favorite pen, but he will use it, which I'm hoping with time it will turn into more of a favorite. But I'm going to leave these out here for Tim so he can see them. It's 7 o'clock. She needs to come out here and eat in about half an hour. She's been snacking here and there throughout the day, so it's not going to be like an extravagant dinner tonight. I need to finish up the few dishes here. That pan is clean. I just need to do these here. That corner is kind of done. I just need to move the paint cans. Things are slowly getting better. I'm just hoping to get the rest of the countertop cleaned off, the table cleaned off, and the rest of that corner just all kind of picked up before Tim gets home in a couple of hours. So, wish me luck, and I'll just see you guys tomorrow. Bye.